Oh, it's a cloudy, cold day. We just went past the by Giant Stadium where it has the temperature. It's 34 degrees, so there shouldn't be any ice, but it doesn't look like the wind is blowing much. And Joe Adamusco's up here visiting us, and we're going to see if Jose can make it down today, Lampione, any of the other guys, and basically have a continuation of what's become a almost daily tradition, the ARF Fun Fly. That flag looks pretty steady. It's cloudy and cold, but it doesn't seem to be deterring anybody from having a great time with the ARFs. I'm not sure anybody would want to bring out their buffed out stunt ship, but when it's an ARF, the flying season gets a lot longer. Now usually, see the steam coming out of the generating plant? When that steam is going straight up like that, that usually means you're going to have a couple of good hours of flying. So I'm optimistic we're going to get some flights. Joe Adamusco, flying the ARF. None of the other snowbirds are here. Jose called and said he might be able to make it. He's got to get a hold of Lampione, so who knows what that's going to entail. Now Joe will be a good trim test because he's really heavy-handed. He's got the iron fist of stunt. If you can over-control a plane, he'll find a way to put 10,000 pounds of force into the handle. So we'll see when he gets...
He was a lineman, so he can do that.
Oh man, Penn State. Penn State.
That engine is awesome.
Yeah. I want to see if he's going to over-control. No, it looks like he's actually doing pretty good. Usually when I fly his plane, though, it's set up for somebody with very heavy hands. Takes me a couple flights to get used to it. Now we got to check because Mike Scott has one ordered, an ARC, and he's got the real one. Got the 12 or 13-year-old real Strega, so he'll be the only guy in the country that can fly him back to back and decide which one is the best. And Mike, we're not buying your vote or anything, but don't let Gieske fly it. I don't want to see a Strega with 2 extra rudders on it or anything. Can't go for that. The bear guy. I got the plans over the house to the 90 Spitfire, Rich. Ooh. Man, wait till you see this wing. Wait till you see this wing. Unbelievable. I'm getting anxious already.
1943 all over again.
Yeah, we're gonna kick your butt. There's gonna be a good. You and Matt Newman are getting a butt whipping at the Nats, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it's not going to be ready this year, is it?
Nah, next year. Next year. I bet Joe's going to say the handle's too sensitive. Guaranteed. He's going to want to put nose weight in it. So you'll have the only, or when you get yours done, you'll have the only one that goes backwards.
What do you mean goes backwards?
You'll be the only
right
guy.
way.
The Ray brother will be on the wrong side of the body.
It goes the right way.
And I
George is
talked to Rich Oliver. He said you got to put the Ray rudder on no matter what. The Ray rudder is a must when you fly backwards.
Yeah?
Talk to him, you'll see.
Listen, George is listening.
George is rolling over in his grave with desecrating his
Ray brother.
his image.
That's the way you're supposed to land, right here. This is where we take off.
You don't even have to move it. Don't let it cool off.
You have to walk, not like you. He lands it over there.
Is that a fun plane, Joe, or what?
It's a little,
Yeah, I could see you were over controlling it.
but
You need a smaller handle.
because that's the way I fly.
No, you just need your own handle.
It looks good, sounds great, and you can step on it and walk.
In fact, you just did. Hey, Rich, tell everybody what Joe just did. He was walking out to the handle, and he kicked the stab, almost knocked the plane off. But you'll hear from my lawyer about it. We have an ARF lawyer. He handles these cases. Okay, Joe Adamusco, flight 2. Now maybe he'll... Actually, we made a mistake today. We were fooling around. I should have told him to bring his own handle. And this is where you get into the personal things, because Joe likes a little bit smaller handle. Because you got to realize he's a lot stronger than I am. It's not 2%. It's probably 30 or 40 or maybe more. But on a second flight, we'll see now. Some people can dial into a plane 2-3 flights and live with something that's awkward to them, like a handle that's too big, too small. Some people, and I'm one of them, it takes me probably a gallon of fuel before I'm comfortable with something I wasn't comfortable with. So for me, it's easier to make the change. In other words, for me right now, if I was uncomfortable, I'd go get another handle or change this one. In Brian's case, we found out he was uncomfortable as could be with a ½ ounce of tail weight, and yet the plane flew a lot better for me. I liked it anyway. But Brian was difficult to get rid of we had to get rid of the tail weight ultimately. So that was something we learned, that the CG on these, it's easy to make the plane suit you. That's the easy part here. But you got to know ahead of time or have some clue. If you're prone to over control, or if you're prone to, some people want a bigger 5-inch type of handle spacing. Now it looks like he's got this part of it way under control now. And part of it is the confidence, knowing that after a flight or two, you kind of get used to some of these things. There you go, now he's got it. Now, it looks like he's got 90% of it out of his system in one flight. But again, we should have told him to bring his own handle. Now, Jose Modesto seems like somebody who very quickly can acclimate to a new plane. When he flew the 90 ship, he looked like he got comfortable in seconds. I think to a certain degree Bob Lampione is able to just pick up a handle and be very comfortable. It looked like when Mike Estella flew this the first time, it wouldn't need any changes at all. It just could go right out and leave it like I fly it. But Brian definitely needed the CG forward. That was a must for Brian. So we're learning. We're kind of databasing all this stuff. He's got, see, now it's doing nice flats, but it does take, you notice whenever there's an error, and I can put this on the tape, whenever there's an error, it's an over control, an overturn, and then a correction. it's never an underturn. So the first choice would be just make the handle one click smaller on each side. That usually will correct 90% of it. If it doesn't, then nose weight would be appropriate. I always like, the last resort is to add weight to the plane. I always like to take something off, not add something to it. Oh my God! My God, he made it! Hey! The king of New York City. How you doing, Bobby?
Hello there, Winnipeg.
Don't kiss me.
Another nice flying day. I can't believe it.
Is this unbelievable? Well, who cares about Raw? The only guy got deadly sick was Mike Costello. The rest of us are still healthy.
Oh, that video I looked at? Those
Yeah.
birds were unbelievable.
Did you see those birds?
Oh, man, it was like, I thought I was watching a Hitchcock movie.
I couldn't have staged that if I wanted
At
to.
first I thought you overdubbed that. I said,
No, no, no. No, overdub it, nothing.
and then I realized, I said, wow, they're really there.
No, they real, and they were at my house the other day. They came, I got up in the morning, went to get the paper, and it was, you know, Alfred Hitchcock delivered my paper.
Yeah, now, they weren't sparrows, right? They looked bigger.
They're grackles. We found out, it was on the front page of the paper. People were getting scared, thinking it was the end of the world or something, you know.
Where do they come from? Are they a
They're out of,
bird?
I don't know if they're migrating or what, it didn't say, you know, but there were thousands of them here. And all of a sudden, they're gone. You know, and the next day, there's none. There's none here.
And you said, now that
Yeah.
doesn't look like leaves?
Yeah,
That was really scary.
That was birds, not leaves. All right, so Joe has 2 flights. Looks like Jose is going to get to fly it next. Joe's busy doing his square
No, I
eights.
didn't finish mine.
Why not?
I just didn't.
I know you guys, you didn't finish it?
It's
How much more to do?
It's just whatever I got to do. I got to put the pads on. Your video is great.
No, I'm saying, can you finish it? You'll have it tomorrow or
Oh, no. I probably
next week or?
Yeah, I just need to work on it. I haven't done anything.
Yeah. Hey, Rich, tell Jose I don't want the motor to cool off. If that motor cools off, baby, you're starting it.
My 76.
Okay.
That's stock. I only ever ran a stock.
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do next week. I'll do it over to match mine.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the yard. You come and fly it.
Okay.
And then I give it back to you right out of the plane.
Okay.
You tell me how you like the way this is set up. I'll set it up just like this one. That's Jose's.
Yeah, I know.
How many runs you got on it?
Maybe 15.
Okay. All right, so I'll set it up just like this
I
one.
mean, I haven't done anything to it.
All right, just see if this handle will work for your one flight.
Oh, is your handle?
Yeah. No, hey Joe, that got better in a hurry, huh? Okay.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Okay, Jose Modesto, first flight on the ARF. Doing a little Billy Suarez action, feeling out the handle. Now he did bring his own handle, so we'll be able to, if he wants some custom handle setting, we'll be able to do it pretty instantly. Get something that suits him. Every plane, including even every ARF that I've flown, they all have a little different feel, and custom tailoring the feel to your needs is the name of the game. And believe me, at whatever setup works for this flyer, that flyer, intermediate, advanced, world champion, it's like shoes. You got to get ones that are comfortable for you. Now I suspect in 2 or 3 flights, Jose will be a believer. Might be a believer already, we don't know. But even if we're learning from each other, and everybody so far has put something into the little database, whatever I'll call it a database for lack of a better word. next week, one of the things now, we have Jose's 76 to set up for this plane. We have a whole bag of two-bladed props Rich Oliver sent to test, wooden props. We have another muffling system that Rich custom made that'll be available commercially, so that's one thing we want to try to work on. We are really going to have an intense week coming up. There's a lot of stuff left to do. And it just, in my opinion, just keeps getting to be better and better and more fun all at the same time. Doesn't seem like many people show up, take a few flights, and don't have a good time. And boy, that's a magic formula for the future. As people get older and older, fun and having more fun is certainly a big part of being old. Nobody wants to sit in the trenches anymore and get cold. We want to have fun. Now, we'll give Jose the benefit of the doubt. This is his warm-up flight. And the biggest part of this is, if it cools off between flights, you need 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 flips to start it. And every once in a while, it takes your finger off in this cold weather. So we like to run it and just get the next guy out to the handle and quit fooling around. And the next time Jose gets to fly the plane, it'll have his engine in it. We can wear his engine out. But that's really a joke, because I've never seen any Rojet wear out yet. And if I don't wear them out, I gotta think there's not many people on the planet are wearing them out. They really do have an exceptionally long life. And in this case, it's just, this was in the Spitfire, it was in the Testarossa, I don't even know. It's been in a lot of planes. And in the last 2 weeks, we're on gallon 7 here of test flights. We have 7 gallons of test flight in this plane so far. We'll see how Jose likes it when he's done.
He said that he's got plans for the Spitfire.
The real test is, can he land it without rolling the wheels and wearing out my wheels? Get it on a starting line, we'll flip it.
All right.
What do you think, Jose?
What are you doing today there, kid? I like this very suave.
I got the Ark in my garage. It's all yours. It's got your name on it.
Wow.
Damarello monocoated for you for nothing. Next up, Bobby Lampione.
One didn't have an engine.
Now, Bobby is one of the people that really should have a different handle when he flies it, because to him it had the feel that it turned outside tighter than inside, and he's the only one that felt that way out of 15 people, so what it means is you really should have, next time he comes to the field, bring your own ARF handle, something you can screw around with. Or you can do this thing of see how good of a flyer you are and just live with it.
Well, he flies best with this size.
These are, no, one is 5.6.
Those are the Ukrainian props?
These are the 13 and a 13.4. Well, you say you wanted the 5.
Well, yeah, the 5.5 would be what I'd want to. Is it okay?
Good, huh? Whichever one you want.
Nice, nicely made.
5.5 pitch.
What do you want to?
No choice.
What are you going to put that on, a 60?
Try both, and
No,
then get back to me later on.
You're going to put a 60? These are for the 65?
Well, for one of my.
The 65 runs good, and the 76, I ran the 76 on these
Which
props.
one would?
Okay.
Because I have it so restricted.
See, the
I have enough power.
6.3
so
pitch
I'm
is
able to pitch.
It won't be restricted when I get it back to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I left mine real stock. I never
Which
did
one do you
that.
think I ought to try on my 65?
I did both.
5.5.
Yeah, yeah.
These are wood,
Lightweight.
huh? They're light.
See, the thing I want to do is.
As the lot fills up for the big ARF fun fly. Okay, this is one of the people in our club, Bob Krug, he's flown Mike's, but he hasn't flown this one yet. He's got a 76 on order and 2 ARFs at his house. I don't know if he's started building them yet. So we took about a half-hour coffee break here. Lampion got a couple more flights. Jose put in a really good flight. I have a feeling Jose's already turning this into a competition thing. But Joe's getting more comfortable by the minute, as we expected. There we go. And everybody has their own little personal time it takes to acclimate. But Billy Suarez said he may come down tomorrow with his score, join us for the big fluffy fly-off here, or whatever we're going to call it. Prize money, non-existent. And if you win, you get to buy coffee for everybody. You lose, you buy buttered rolls. If we could only get Rich Oliver up here. Oh my God, would we have some fun now. Rich, you'd be loving this, believe me, you'd be freezing. I remember Rich Oliver at the team trials. I had this, well, the thing I'm wearing now with the red hood. I could have sold it to him for 10 grand. He was so cold. And I had a t-shirt on. So then I went down there and he was comfortable and I was thinking, oh my God, how do people live in this heat? This is awful. And then Frank Williams shows up with no shoes on, and everybody deals with the weather a different way. It's amazing. The amazing Rolo. But we are now officially through a gallon of gas. I'm gonna have to fill the gas, and I guess Lampion's gonna fly to score after this. I don't know. But Joe sure looks like it didn't take long for him to start hammering out patterns. All right, what they got over there? What the hell do they got over there now? Another plane? We've had a couple guys show up with planes that they built that are not ARFs. They don't understand. There's one over here. This is an ARF fly-in. The title says it all. And I thought Joe would be a hard sell. He looks like he's having a good time. But we're really hot to trot for those Spitfires, believe me. When you get the passion that this man brings to the event, combined with the passion I have, next year, look for something really special. The dihedral 90 Spitfires. And if Gerald Champ joins us, maybe we can even get him to build. We can put numbers on the rudders, 1, 2, and 3. Gerald, think about it.
Oh, it's do the same thing.
Is this an ARF?
I would use retardo.
Would you please remove it from the field as soon as possible? This isn't one of those dumb things you got to build, is it? Who would waste their time building when you can buy an ARF?
I bought this from it's
Stella bought it from Hummel.
Hummel.
Oh. That's Hummel's old plane. It looked like that a very skinny pilot in there.
Yeah, he was.
He must have been on a diet.
He didn't live in Jersey.
He wasn't eating pizza with Wendy. Let me show you the secret weapon of flying in cold weather is the big hat with the fur earmuffs. You'd be wearing that. Now, look at these gloves. These sissies that wear gloves. You never see me wear gloves. But I have them just in case. So the Saturday ARF Fun Fly. Now we're now 15 days into the ARF program. It's easy to keep track of this. We're going to try to get together with Billy Suarez tomorrow. He hasn't flown this one yet. And then we're going to head out to, well, we're going to go to Rich Jackabones and see the progress he's made on a Stuka. Who turned up the sound on his radio? I'm going to tell you a funny story is, if you look in the mirror, you can see the rats are leaving the ship here. The guys that are not used to being cold weather flyers were in the car the whole time with the heater running. I will not mention any names. It really was a cold day, but now just think of this. It was a cold day. We would have never gotten together to just go fly today. The ARFs make it possible, and not only that, they made it a great day out of it. Okay, we're in the bunker. All right, Richard. Look at the wing from here. Tell me that wing. Look at that wing, huh? Whoa! I'm impressed.
That's some wing, holy.
Whoa, I am impressed. All right.
Glad you came in too.
Yeah, shut the door, Joe. Keep the heat in.
Is this really going to be an airplane?
Wow.
Dude, where the lead outs, man? You forgot the lead outs.
Wow.
Check that wing out, Jose. Tell me that isn't a cool wing. Well, look at the body over there. Jose, and that's a 90. It looks like an 049 in there. That's a 90.
It's like a toy motor.
Woo! Man, Matt Newman's he's going to be on suicide watch when he sees this.
This is a turtle deck.
I think you should paint this butt like a Goodyear racer.
Oh.
Like a Reno air racer.
Bob, this is going to be a fun plane. You put some pictures on Stuka Stunt.
I don't know how to put pictures.
No tissue on this yet. Just-
No, we got to tissue it. One day this week we'll get it. Look at that body. That cool? Joe, check the body out.
It's gigantic.
He's got the big scoop on. Oh, look at his scoop. Now, when you're done, you fiberglass over this 5 times.
Well,
and
this
then
is
cut
plywood.
this out.
Wendy, this is plywood.
It's solid?
The canopy's up.
Can I treat it like an ARF? Let me kick it.
Oh yeah, no, this is plywood.
These guys were kicking my ARF at the field just for fun.
I laminated plywood
Lampio.
underneath and then on top.
Hey, and here's a paint job for you. Look at a red rudder.
That's ugly.
Red rudder? Oh.
That's shit.
Come on, suck it up.
What do you think, Jose?
I hope you're going to paint it like a Goodyear racer.
I don't think the Nazis were big on Goodyear races, to be honest
Turn
with
this
you.
into a Reno air racer. That's what I would do.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
This is gonna. I still have to put some more.
You got to smooth it out. Yeah.
And I got to put some more of the aeroplane.
Now, in the real plane, is there a hole here?
Yes, yeah.
Why don't you put a hole there so you can see the engine?
Well, it gets no,
Too flimsy?
Nah, it gets
They just
crazy.
paint it
No,
black.
what I'm going to do is going to put a screen here.
Okay.
That's what they had. It was
A real one.
It was
To
a,
keep rocks from
Why
going in
aren't you
there?
going to
Well,
put
no,
the
it was an
hole
oil.
in
It
there?
was an oil cooler.
Okay.
Why aren't you going to put a hole in there to keep the motor cool, like we do on the other
Well,
one?
what happens is it gets crazy because you see this starts getting very weak. Then I'm concerned about it.
Oh, you're
Well,
gonna.
there's no strength there. The strength is
I
in
may cut a hole in it. I could cut a hole here.
Put a hole and put the screen.
a little dolphin hole or whatever.
Sure.
You gonna thin the block out a little bit more?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that blocks
Got a
it.
lot of way to
That's
go.
a C grain too. Holy shit.
How much? Rich, think of this. Less than an ounce.
Yeah.
Don't, and keep hollowing till you get it.
So you put.
Less.
So you're gonna tissue.
Mine was 22 grams.
But that's C grain, man. I mean, or that's like kind of BC.
You know, that's what it was.
It's BC, yeah, it's BC.
It's BC. I thought it
that's
was
not
going to
gonna
be
suck.
better than that. You know, the guy when he sent me
hands
these
greasy?
blocks, they look pretty good. But then when I started carving, and I realized this thing is hard.
Oh, look at this.
Is that a 90? My God, it's
It
gigantic.
looks like an 049 in there, doesn't it?
It looks like a lawnmower motor.
Chainsaw.
Maybe to you guys.
Bobby, 10 years from now, they'll say, you were flying those little 90s before we upped the rules to 140? Ah, you sissies.
Maybe.
Let's see what it looks like inside, see ya.
Well, I still got to do a lot of.
But the whole thing with this is the
Some
wing.
cow. It almost looks like one of those animals from the
That's for the,
prehistoric
fuel
ages that had those big flares on the back of their head.
Yeah, one of
I
those
know,
rhinoceros things
You know
with a horn.
that animal that had the big flare on his head?
Oh, you mean it's like a toy?
Jacobonosaurus.
Yeah, I thought
What do you think,
they
Joe?
were gonna come out the tip. They do, but not at the.
That's some wing.
No,
I'll tell you
that's where they come. We measured it. I
Okay.
measured that out.
Free. It runs free.
That's where you want.
Runs nice,
How
yeah.
long is this thing, Rich?
This is
64?
it's pretty big. It's about 64 inches.
Yeah. Well, the big 90 Spitfire is 64
And
inches.
this is
so-
a bigger wing than a PM, right? This is like.
me
Is
see the
this the
cow.
thing that Downey did for the bomb?
You could sand out a lot
I'm going
more.
to sand a little more
Keep
here.
sanding.
airflow.
Keep
Okay.
sanding and don't worry about it. Don't be a baby. Sand
Be a
it.
solid.
I worked on this. Boy, let me tell you, you have no idea.
Sand it. Yeah, this is thick up here.
Right here.
So you always use your fingers like calipers. You find hard spots because we don't have the molding. See up here it's thick.
Oh, where they have the parrot?
Yeah,
where
over here
parrot
it's
lives?
thick.
You could get this whole lip hollowed out.
Yeah, but with what?
Like a little baby Dremel tool. We'll get it right in there.
She only lives.
You don't need it. That's not doing anything.
No, I know. That's not that.
What are you gonna do? Turn it into a snow shovel or something?
This is foam.
It's foam, and then this was sent back to John and hollowed out,
I'm gonna
right?
need that header.
Does this have glass over the entire thing?
I got it. You could. I think I have it. No, I got it at the house.
I got to borrow one, even if
Yeah.
Just got glass over the
Yeah.
entire thing, like when you did
Yep.
25?
It's exactly like the Tiger Cat wing.
So this
Exactly.
went back to John and he hollowed it
Yep.
more
Yeah,
after you
yeah,
glassed
everything
it?
is all
After you vacuum
hollowed out,
bagged it?
right?
And all of the joints are triple glassed.
Okay. And this has glass?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this
So
goes in here.
basically, it's ready to tissue. Once he
Half-ounce
sands it,
glass? Well, do you have to tissue?
you got to sand this, Rich.
Tank platform?
Yeah,
Rich, before we tissue it, sand it.
I did.
Well, this ain't sanded. Come on. I mean, don't insult my intelligence. I could feel this.
Over here, I still have the sand.
This should be a lot.
But if this
all
has
sanded.
glass over the entire thing, why would you tissue over the glass here?
Oh, you'll see.
Trust me.
Yeah?
Trust
All right.
me.
Just seems like
Trust me. When you put it in the sun a year later, you'll see the glass coming through if you don't do that.
What do you think, Jose?
Yeah, you know, you're not lifting weights when you do this.
well, it's certainly light. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And you're
You
able
want me to
get-
sand some
and the
more?
lead outs come
Give me
out.
some 400 sandpaper.
Well, it adds weight. How much weight did it add? It's aluminum case.
Put that on there. Let me see it from the side view.
Because now
Oh yeah, that's starting to look good.
there's two holes on either side of the exhaust stack.
You got a canopy here?
Yeah, but it's not the right
yeah,
one.
you don't. Oh,
You got
okay.
the prototype ready.
Just to look at. I like the nose. That nose is definitely better than the.
Not that I'm in.
That's.
Yeah, but you know, with the screen in there, it's gonna look good.
Yeah, it's gonna.
See, I'm waiting for Dave to get me the real one.
It is unbelievable.
The canopy.
Well, call him up.
Pirelli
I'm trying to reach him.
Call him up. Use that cell phone, free cell phone that you get. That's gonna look nice, Rich.
But this is what I wanted to show you.
Now, what about the cowling you said?
This is what I wanted to show you.
I mean, we're all impressed.
And I just picked this up. I just picked this up
It's a great
last night when I was here. I was here alone.
Sound, 2.4.
And I looked at it
Is your Tiger 46
and I
still-
said, shit, I never saw this before.
I mean, I took it out of
You
the.
don't have an airplane for it, is all.
I just haven't built an airplane. Well, I'm going to build another Sabre. I'm going to put it back.
You know what, airplanes, little airplane would be good for that. I'm kind of trying to guide one of my flying buddies from the 45. Is that Cardinal Evolution at little 40?
Yes, that would be perfect.
Oh, shoot, I mean, it's, you know, it's
For an
not big, it's not
ST-46.
small, it needs a...
It fits like a glove, but I don't
It looks like it fits real good.
But I don't think it's aligned properly, you know, and I saw this just last night. I said, shit.
What do you mean it's not aligned right?
You know,
I said, how come I didn't see this before?
What part of it? You mean looking
show
from the
you.
front?
I'll show you. Because you have to look at this from different angles,
which was a good
which is
choice.
what I did not do when I
Oh,
mounted
okay.
it.
You only looked at it from the left or the right or
You
something.
know, and I,
Yeah, but it's easy to straighten it out now than after you have paint and everything.
oh yeah, no, the only
Do it
thing,
now.
if I have to,
Whoever thought.
I'll just drill different
You know, it
holes.
was funny. Wendy said on the arc, or yeah, on the arc, I guess the arc too. If you have the lead outs in a certain place, but I saw it on the video. He said,
No, I was
"Well,
happy the way it
block of wood
fit,
in there that they
you
have
know?
for a hardwood motor mount where the gear goes in.
No, on the one, the ARC that I saw, it's a piece of balsa wood. Okay, now what isn't lined up?
It appears to me, and it might be just my eyeballs, because you see,
Joe's got good eyes. Let him check it
let
out.
me just put a piece of
You
tape
know,
on.
that cow would give anything an optical illusion.
Well, what's not lining up?
He said something's not lining up.
I just saw this last night.
It's always better to have two sets of eyes than one.
What I saw, again, it seems to me that it's not sitting properly. I gotta cover this up because this might throw you off.
Is there an optical illusion?
Yes. Okay? But,
They don't,
Alright, they don't say.
it ain't coming anywhere. Put that one.
no,
Put away now. There you go.
Okay, now watch it. It's still nose heavy.
Put it that way.
What's the alignment that you're looking for?
What are you trying to look at?
That for it to be straight. If you put a level on here, that's what your point is. Do you have something with a level?
No, that's not what I'm looking
Watch that tip. That's tipsy,
I got it.
baby.
go ahead, let it go. If you look at it from this angle, now that looks good.
What are you looking for? It's what,
See the
what did
cow?
you see?
Are you
I saw the cow like this. In other words,
okay.
the
Now I know
back
what you're saying.
was lower than the front.
Well, can't you measure it?
How can you measure?
No, it's
The back, if you're, I don't know what you're saying, but to this top, this back comes on a slant.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
It's supposed to.
It's supposed to. Here's the book right here. What it's
Yeah. No.
It's supposed to have a little bit of an angle.
I thought
The
this.
bottom of the cow.
The bottom of the cow.
You thought it was tilted.
Tilted up.
The bottom of the cow looks good.
No, it looks good. Now you see that?
Actually, it's rounded. It's got a little belly in it,
It's
which
supposed
may give that to you.
No, it's supposed to.
But,
I was
but
concerned.
even if it did, so what?
You see, if I take the tape away,
Yeah.
I know what you got wrong. You know what you got wrong?
you see?
No, let me tell you what you got
Actually,
wrong.
the cowl does go up in
The cowl part line is wrong.
The what?
The part line, here's what it is. This dimension here is bigger than here.
Yes, it is.
Now see, which you're not going to see because you're not going to paint it that way. See, here, Rich, this is not, these two things aren't parallel.
There's more wood here than there is right here.
Yes. And by looking at that, it gives you an appearance.
It looks like it's a snow shovel, like
Exactly.
it's sticking down, right.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
But you're not going to see that because it's all going to be painted.
Yeah.
What color is the nose going to be? Is this going to be yellow in the front?
Yeah. That's all.
I don't think you're going to see
You won't
that.
see that.
This is all going to be yellow.
I mean, unless you
Measure it. These
unless
two
you
things,
virtually
from here
demark
to
this.
here and here to
no,
here.
if you measure that, it's off. But that's not what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about the bottom.
No.
The bottom of the
bottom of the cowl looks good.
yeah.
I wouldn't worry about the bottom.
See, because if you cover this up, this line,
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't make any difference. I want to make sure that this, what I was looking at, was not just
Yeah, but see,
wrong.
what you don't want to do is paint the cowling yellow and this black.
Oh no, everything.
Then it'll look
Yeah,
crazy.
then it would look silly.
All of this is going to be
Right.
yellow.
Right, the whole nose, you won't see that if it's all yellow. That'll be fine.
No.
It's going to be like this. I got to take out my Stuka.
Let's get your book out. Let's see what you're going to do here.
Profile.
Stuka, man. Yeah, you're going to paint the whole thing on an
He's
angle.
probably making a phone call.
Okay.
The guys on his job, they call him when they
It's
gotta
this.
take
This is the one that I'm making.
They can't
See,
do
with
anything
the
without-
Yeah, with the black. I like that bird.
with the that's supposed
You
to
ought
be
to get
a
Rich
drag.
Oliver to make you some decals.
Yeah, you know you're right.
Tell that Rich Oliver, that cheapo, to get you some decals. Send him that book.
Oh, I don't want to get rid of this book.
Oh, look
I
at
gave
it.
a book to Les, and I went nuts. I never got it back.
Send the book.
Fortunately, I was
Send the
lucky.
book to Rich Oliver. Stop being a
Take
baby.
a picture and send them the picture, for God's sake.
Did you ever not get anything back from Rich Oliver? Give me
Why
a
don't
break.
you just scan this? Do you have a scanner?
No.
I mean, I could scan that page for you. And
Well-
what do you want to send this to Rich to make decals for you?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
don't
make
you
a
just
decal of
it?
that
He's
little
gonna put
nose
a-
thing.
He's going to put an article
I
out
don't
in the
know
new
how.
Control Line World.
There's
Well,
an
he
article
said
in the
he's
next
gonna- he
Control
said
Line
The next
world.
Control Line World will tell you exactly how to do that. He even showed some pictures with the Krylon, the clear Krylon, and
I got decals on a Testarossa that he made.
That's all the
Little
documentation
little
from the
Ferrari
Luftwaffe.
things. Joe knows all. The Luftwaffe lives here
you know,
in.
when I was in BJ's the other day, they had this book. It was all about jets, button mont. They had this book that was virtually as big as this table to about here. I don't know how much it cost, but it was a book on
That's the one.
jets. Did you
That's the
see
one
that?
you'd like?
Oh man, to me, I mean, I could
Let me
see
see
that.
that.
Camouflage.
Oh, you're talking about the
That's the
picture.
desert.
That's pretty cool.
That's the desert.
With that blue gray underneath there.
Is that Rommel's?
Yeah, that they
And
use
then
them
me,
in the
I'd
desert.
still put a yellow nose on it. It wouldn't
Yeah.
matter, but I like that. It's gonna be a beautiful airplane, Richard. Rick,
2.61.
You see that? This is from Dave Downey's CAD cam. This is the drawing we're going to start from. Now we had to move the gear blocks back because they interfere. Same as the ARF. The front lead out interferes, and the body. Flip this body. We got to massage the body a little bit. The difference between the lead outs and this can be an inch, and this is a little bit too much. We got to do a little.
will all be molded.
Well, they'll
Yes,
be
part of it.
like the other one, yeah, but this is going to be a pretty scale plane when it's done.
Right. Right.
Way more scale than the old one.
The Spitfire had scoops on the bottom?
One radiator and one oil cooler, one of each, yeah. Jacobone's plane's going to be nice. If he gets,
That is big.
is that going to be cool?
Well, you know, I don't see a much. I don't like. It's an ugly airplane. I don't like this.
You listen to this, Rich? That is, well, it matches its owner. You know, when you buy a bulldog.
I think the Stuka is just an ugly airplane. I mean, like Dave Newman's.
You heard it. You heard it from.
I told him that.
You said Matt Newman's ugly?
Newman.
Nah.
It's ugly too. But,
No.
but that,
Well, I can't wait to mail this tape out. Hey,
hi man.
but.
That snake on.
Hey, Len, you want to see something on Stuka's stunt? Post up this picture of
I
Lampio.
told you, Lampy only opens his mouth long enough to change feet.
I can see why they don't want you in our house when a rabbi comes over. Holy jeez.
But
I may have to edit this out.
just like even the paint job he did, Matt Newman. It's a great flying airplane, but that snake on the side looks hideous. I would never go to the.
Matt, I'm glad he's saying it, not me.
I tell him to his face, you know, it's Matt.
Oh, Jose, I can't believe you got him to say this on video.
He continues to say it.
Now,
Like some coffee?
yes, I would.
How about you?
Now,
Zach?
Look at this night.
You drink tea?
Look at this
Sexy,
night.
ain't she?
Did you see the bracelet I bought her for
Yes, I
Christmas?
did.
Bobby, here's what I want to know.
I bet you look great in a thong now.
Bobby,
Oh, please.
Bobby, who's uglier, Leonard Newman or Matt Newman?
Did you buy her Victoria's? Did you buy her? Did you buy her Victoria's Secret?
I'm Ben. I don't even know how to get there.
Did you buy her Victoria's Secret thongs
He didn't
for
get me
Christmas?
Victoria's Secret, but we got
bought you the
beautiful.
wings?
No, we
Tell him,
got beautiful.
tell him what else you have coming.
Oh, he got me a fur jacket yesterday. Yes, Wednesday.
No, a
You
couple
killed
days
an
ago.
animal for a jacket?
Yeah.
No,
Don't
no,
let
no.
anybody
This
else
is
get
human hair. Human hair, so you're safe.
So some turkey you walk down the street and he throws red paint on your coat. Ooh.
And what it,
This is not like a real fur. This is fur, but
synthetic?
it's a fun. No, it's a real fur, but
Jose,
it's a fun.
I can't. I gotta send Matt Newman a copy of this. Matt and Leonard. Matt and Leonard. But you heard it here first on Stuka Lampione. Now this morning we get up and it's taking a real toll for the colder. Cold. There is ice everywhere. So we are below 32. Ice is the tip-off. Even the seagulls are cold this morning. And Brian was going to meet me up here to wear the motor out, and then hopefully at the end of this session we'll retrofit Jose's motor in here and get some flights and dial his motor in, hopefully. But we still don't want to waste a flying day doing indoor stuff. That's ice, baby. We're going ice fishing today. Look at this. See, I wanted to show this to Rich Oliver. See, this is what tough guys do. Tough guys fly in the ice. It's cold here.
Hey, works good.
You know, there's some criteria I use for judging a man's manhood. Now one of them is on a cold day when it's below freezing, how he handles his flying style. Look at this guy. Look at this. Roll.
And the joke of it is,
Oh, God. What a wuss. What a wuss. What do you think, you're in Cuba here? This is America. We get cold.
like South American country, right?
This is not South America. Go back to Venezuela if you want to stay warm.
Unbelievable.
You should have heard Lampione yesterday making fun of Matt Newman's plane. It's priceless. I'm going to send Matt a copy. I can't believe it. Matt's going to kill him on Stuka's stunt.
What do you say?
Oh, he said his plane looks like a worm or a snake or something stupid like that. Oh man, unbelievable. Poor Bobby. The minute you give him the microphone, boy, the foot goes right in the mouth.
Listen, what are you selling?
Okay, now that Brian's all warmed up, look at these guys sitting by the electric heater here, the propane heater. Real men do not wear gloves. I have my gloves in the car at all times, just in case I decide I'm not a real man, which is almost every day here. All right, so we have heat at the field. We can ice skate. It doesn't look like there's many birds today. And this will probably be the last day of flying our engine. Then we'll swap into Jose's engine. The thing is with these engines, they're not a whole lot different. It's venturi size, head gaskets, and prop. And when you get those three real close to where they should be, you've got a nice 2-4 run. Nice speed. And in this case, this one is running on very little fuel. It runs about 30 laps with 6 ounces after the pattern. So it could be that we'll open it up a little more. We're at 215 now. Maybe we'll try 220 while we have them out of the plane. Huh, nice bottom. See when you're warm? Look at this, the hands in the pockets, action going on. The trick is, you just gotta be tough. You gotta be Bart Starr or somebody crazy like that. Now, one of the things I'm learning about helping Brian is him and I have now gotten to the point where we can use exactly the same handle setting. If I fly the plane for any extended amount of time, I put on a 1/2 ounce of tail weight. He likes it set just like this with no tail weight. He was uncomfortable with the tail weight. Yesterday when we flew, I didn't have the tail weight on for anybody. I just wanted to see. And I didn't hear anybody say they were unhappy with the trim of the plane. So Again, we're sneaking up on having that universal trim, and that's what I wanted to have in a database before I do the ARF trim video, dedicated video. I'd like to get all these numbers and everything crunched down so it's real meaningful, but today is day 16. Actually, it's New Year's, tomorrow's New Year's Day. 16 days since we got the box. According to my log, we've had 22 people fly the plane. We're on the 8th gallon of fuel. In fact, if you look at the garbage can over here, there's a lot of, some of the cans are still in. Where's the garbage can? There's all the empty cans over there. And I have said this before, I'll say it again, I wouldn't do this work for anybody except John Brodak. John, when we're at the Brodak fly-in and it's 100 degrees and we're all sitting in the shade eating burgers and hot dogs, I'm gonna look back at this day and say, Mamma mia. Am I glad I only got to do this once a lifetime. But once we have that final trim video, I hope that's going to be the consummate answer. Now Brian took his arc and he's been sanding away and thinks he can get some giant amounts of weight off. We'll see when he starts to work on it. Again, he wants to do dope and tissue. Not a full finish, just dyed tissue. That'll be interesting to see. And we got a lot of choices. Every day they're at the field with Mike Costella's plane, they learn more and more about the little trim idiosyncrasies of the yellow one. Bobby's one day away from getting his finished. Maybe we can get him out here next weekend. Well, he doesn't. See, he's retired too, kind of retired. He can come out during the week. But they're saying that after tomorrow, the weather's going back to being really brutal. I mean, we could be out here in under freezing, but when it gets brutal, it's when you see solid ice, that's even brutal for me. Your hands are what I got to look into getting some of these skin diver gloves. What happens if I try to fly with gloves? My hand won't fit in the handle. Here's the answer. This is Saddam Hussein's body double, who are now out of a job. Raul the Terror is sitting by our heater. Look at this guy. Jose was winning the landing contest yesterday. He was greasing them in. Oh, nice, nice. Wear those wheels out.
Just a pinch leaner would have been nicer. But
You said it too rich.
it's not. No, I'm comfortable at that speed. It's just a little soft.
You like it slow like that? And Brian's going to do a little bit of fooling around with this. He's got an MVVS 49. But in the meantime, what I thought I'd do is try to get some flights on a tripod before we run out of heat. And this is the old plane that Woody donated to our cause. And certainly because Brian crashed his plane, this has a day 12. Some pretty nice air, considering it's 35 degrees out. It's warmed up. We have heaters at the field. We got Brian at the field. We got Saddam Hussein at the field. This is going to be a great day. I want to get a couple of flights off the tripod. Day 12. Day 12. Some pretty nice air, considering it's 35 degrees out. It's warmed up. We have heaters at the field. We got Brian at the field. We got Saddam Hussein at the field. This is going to be a great day. I want to get a couple of flights off the tripod. Day 12. That's on camera. Rich Oliver, eat your heart out. We got these idiots, they drive through the circle. They don't speak English, they're not from this planet. People cursing at them in 10 different languages. Unbelievable. I hope we got that on video. That'll be a great outtake on one of these future videos. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What language? What is that? Koreans in there? Unbelievable. You don't care. What do we got? Spanish, Cuban, Polish,
What is
Italian? I gotta play this back.
I gotta see that.
I need to see that.
Let me see you. Hey, roll. Run to that basket, turn around, and come back. And if you have a heart attack, I'll take you to the hospital. These young guys, you guys could run. You see this guy? He's gonna explode. He didn't even have any beer yet. Ah, the heater's cooking.
Tiki Barber doesn't have.
Tiki Barber. The New York Giants could use you.
Oh my goodness.
So now that Saddam's dead, what are you going to do for a living? Saddam's butt. You even wear the same hat he wore. Unbelievable. What a day.